In this video, we are doing the problems from test review, topics 3 and 4. This is problem number 25, and what I've done is gone ahead and put the problem up here and actually created the equations. Remember, we were talking about how you want a total and look for that total, and you've got W plus P plus X because they're talking about wind instruments, percussion, and string. So what I did is I went ahead and put this total on here and created that equation, and then I came over here and I created this equation. Remember that they say that the wind instruments are the bigger number. So this is the bigger number right here. So I don't want to put an additional 2 beside what the bigger number or what W holds. I want to put the 2 over on this side to represent what W is. So it's going to be 2 times P plus S. And so what I do is I go ahead and distribute, and then I moved everything over so I can make the proper format in order to do the matrix. So what I'm going to do is create the third equation, which is the string instruments that are 1/5 of the total, which actually gives me 3. So I'll just write S equals 3. But what I did was I went ahead and put S equals 3 right here. And since I really want a full equation in order to use a matrix, I went ahead and put a 0 in for the X and the Y. So I'm going to get, if I put the matrix in, I'm going to get, remember to do A inverse times B, and I will get that the wind instruments equals 10, the string instruments equals 3, and the percussion instruments equals 2. And that's my answer. Okay, let's do the next one. For problem number 26, I went ahead and set up the equations. In the problem it says that $15,000 was invested. So I invested a certain amount for X and a certain amount for Y into these 2 bonds. Each of the bonds is worth a certain amount of money. So what happens is I want to multiply the interest that I'm going to receive from the investment. So if I put 0.05, which has to do with money, and if I put or interest, and I put 0.07 here, that's how much I'm going to gain from that. So all of these need to be in their equation together. Okay? The total invested is the reason why this was the total, this was the total, and this was the total. So that's why they need to be in their equations by themselves. Now, there's only 3 variables, or basically 3 unknowns. So, oh, excuse me, not 3, 2 variables. And since I don't have 3 variables, I don't need a third equation. If I have 2 variables, it's 2 equations, 3 variables, 3 equations. Okay, so basically with this one, I just do my matrix. And the second matrix, which would be 15,000 and 880. And if I put that in the calculator, I will get X equals 8,500 and Y equals 6,500. And that is my answer. Okay, next problem. So now we have the tickets were adult tickets, child tickets, and senior tickets. And because I'm talking about totals, if I add all the total number of tickets together, I get 800 tickets. Okay, so total tickets want to go together. What the tickets are worth, basically the money, goes with money. Okay, so it's very easy to create those first two equations, and I know that you guys can do that. So I'm going to do the one that is probably the hardest sentence for just about anybody when they're first doing these. It's the one where it says there were twice as many children's tickets sold. So here's the thing. It's telling me that the amount that C represents, the amount in C, has to represent a bigger number than the amount in A. But in order to set up an equation where it's an equal sign, I need to represent what C equals. So C equals 2A. Okay, so think about this. I wouldn't do 2C equals A because that would mean that A was more. But it clearly states that there are more children's tickets because there's twice as many sold. So that would make sense because children's tickets needs to be more. So once I have my equation, I can subtract 2A over on the other side, and here's my final equation right here that I can put into the proper format so that I can do the matrix. And my answer will be A will equal 225 tickets, C will equal 450, and S, being the senior tickets, will be 125. And that will be my final answer. Okay, next problem. The last problem in this section is looking at ice cream cones. And again, we have a total. So with the total number of ice cream cones, I have single, dip, double, and triple, and the total number is 120. Easy equation to create because all these word problems work this way. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do what they're worth. Remember, money goes with money. Okay? All right. And this was $1.60 T. Don't forget that variable. Okay, so now the last thing it says is that the number of single dip cones, the number of single equals the double plus the triple. Okay, so what I'm going to do is subtract the D and the T over to the other side, and then I get my equation. That'll give me what I need to set up the matrix. Okay, all right. And once I put that in the matrix, using A inverse B, my answer will be S equals 60, D equals 40, and T equals 20. And that is my final answer. Okay, that's it for this section. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.